How a poor Italian boy created Ferrari. Ferrari broke all the rules and was one of the supercars that made the world sit up. It was named after one of the most legendary names in motorsport. In today's video, we will look at the story of how a poor Italian boy created Ferrari and became the world's most successful racing car manufacturer. So watch this video till the end to find out, and do not forget to like this video. Many sources reported that Enzo Ferrari was born on 18 February 1898 in Modena, Italy. However, his birth certificate carries 20 February 1898 because his birth was not recorded until 2 days later due to a heavy snowstorm. He was born to Alfredo Ferrari and Adalgisa Bispini. His father was a metal fabricator who had a workshop in the basement of their house, apparently due to financial constraints. One of the life-changing moments for 10-year-old Enzo was when he witnessed Felice Nazaro win the Circuito de Bologna in 1908. This encounter motivated him to venture into racing. Well, his car racing dream had to be suspended because it was at this time Italy went to war with the Ottoman Empire and the Hungary Empire. During World War I, Enzo was enlisted in the Italian army and served in the 3rd Mountain Artillery Regiment. Northern Italy was the epicenter of the war, which made Enzo and his family suffer even more. In 1916, Enzo's father Alfredo and his brother Alfredo Jr. died from a widespread Italian flu outbreak. Shortly after, Ferrari became quite ill himself, and he was, as a result, discharged from the military. You will not believe what you will see next. The ripple effect of the war and his father's death claimed the family business, so Enzo was left to search for jobs in the automobile industry after recovering from the flu. Enzo volunteered his services to Fiat in Turin, but was rejected. Not long after that, he landed a job at CMN as a test driver. While working for CMN, he got promoted to race cars. He made his first race competition in 1919 during the Parma Poggio di Berceto hill climb race, where he participated in the 3-liter category and finished in 4th place. In November of that same year, he competed in the Targa Florio, finishing in 9th place after retiring early due to a leak in his car's fuel tank. Due to the success recorded in the 2 races, Enzo joined the racing department of Alfa Romeo in 1920 as a driver. In 1923, Enzo won his first Grand Prix in Ravenna on the Savio circuit. The 1923 win wasn't all. He went ahead to win 3 more races, which included Ravenna, Polesine, and Coppa Acerbo in 1924, which happened to be his best season. After the shocking death of Ugo Savocci in 1923 and Antonio Ascari in 1925, Enzo began to race half-heartedly of his own volition. During his time, he developed a knack for the organizational aspect of Grand Prix racing. In 1932, his son Alfredo, also known as Dino, was born, leading Enzo to completely retire from racing and focus on managing and developing the factory Alfa Race Cars. He eventually formed a team of bright drivers that included Tazio Nuvolari and Giuseppe Campari. This team was founded in 1929 and was named Scuderia Ferrari and acted as a racing division for Alfa Romeo. The team recorded astounding success given the excellent cars they used, coupled with an amazing team of drivers like Nuvolari. During that period, Enzo begins to add the prancing logo to his vehicle. The logo was created by an Italian fighter plane pilot, Francesco Baracca. Baracca's mother gave Ferrari a necklace with the prancing horse during World War I. Unfortunately, Baracca was killed during the war. So, in memory of his friend, Enzo decided to use the prancing horse to create the emblem that would later become the symbol of Ferrari. Ferrari started Auto Avia Castruzioni in 1939 after leaving Alfa Romeo due to a disagreement with Alfa's managing director, Ugo Gabato. What his new company did was provide car parts to other racing teams. In 1940, Ferrari managed to manufacture 2 cars for the 1940 Mille Miglia. This is not the whole story. It is even going to get crazier. Keep watching. Following the outbreak of World War II, Ferrari's company was forced to undertake war production for Mussolini's fascist government. Shortly, the factory was bombed, so Enzo moved the factory from Modena to Maranello. At this point, he decided to establish Ferrari SPA in 1947. Enzo decided to unseat the dominating era of Alfa Romeo by racing with his own team. The team debuted in the open wheel in Turin in 1948, and they won later that year during the Lago di Garda. The team's first major victory came at the 1929 24 Hours of Le Mans with a Ferrari 116mm driven by Luigi Chinetti and Peter Mitchell-Thompson. However, Enzo was focused on winning races while neglecting making profits with car manufacturing. It wasn't until 1958 that Ferrari manufactured a car for the consumer market with a Ferrari 250 GT V12. Meanwhile, Enzo operated autocratic management and was notorious for pitting drivers against each other to boost their performance. He believed mounting psychological pressure on the drivers would boost their performance. However, his action caused a lot of rivalry within the team as they battled for the spot of best driver, leading to the death of no fewer than 8 drivers. In 1969, Fiat purchased 50% of Ferrari, which increased the amount of available investment capital. Subsequently, Ferrari began to work on a factory expansion to move the production of the Fiat Dino. The collaboration with Fiat resulted in the manufacturing of new car models, including the 308 GTB, 308 GTS, and 365 Daytona, which rolled into sales in the 1970s. Wait a minute, this is not everything. Later in the video, we will show you how Ferrari became a standalone company. During this period, the legend of the V12 and V8 started due to the speed and high performance it provided drivers. Regardless of Ferrari's feats, they were still regarded as a middle-class Italian car brand. In 1984, through the Fiat Testarossa, Ferrari shot their brand into the wider market. Fiat Testarossa features a fighter jet-inspired design with a powerful V12 engine, which would go on to win people's hearts as the best-selling Ferrari of the 20th century. After that, F40 trailed the legacy of Testarossa, also winning a special spot after showing in the popular Miami Vice TV show. While Ferrari was making giant strides in the automobile world, Enzo's health was deteriorating. The last car Enzo monitored its process was the F40, which would later become popular as the first car in history to break the 200-mile-per-hour barrier. On August 14, 1988, Enzo Ferrari passed away in Maranello at the age of 90, and his death was not announced till 2 days later to make up for the late registration of his birth. Even after Enzo's death, excellent automobiles continued to come out of the factory. Cars like the Ferrari F50, the Ferrari 355, and the Ferrari 575. Later, Ferrari introduced a new car called the Enzo, apparently named after the company's founder. On October 29, 2014, the FCA announced the division of Ferrari from other groups to make Ferrari a standalone company and then sell 10% of the company after the market closed. Ferrari was eventually free from Fiat after a long time of collaboration. Despite the severed ties with Fiat, Ferrari has continued to win F1 championships and numerous accolades. Just like most automobile companies, Ferrari has envisioned dabbling in the electric car industry. By the end of 2030, Ferrari will consist of a lineup of hybrid cars and fully electric cars. With the new Ferrari Purosangue in the market, Ferrari might just take over the SUV world. That's all for today. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel for similar videos.